When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else I'd rather be with. Baby, I won't let you down. I got it, I know you need it. Love is it when you're around. Oh, please say that you believe it. 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. I hope you feel that way too. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Don't go. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. I hope you feel that way too. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else I'd rather be with. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, gang, what it does. Sorry, you guys. I don't know why. If you thought our banter was bad prior to last week, you have no idea. It got worse because Diana, Luis, and myself spent like 6 hours in the 2-day period talking a metric F ton of crap. So our interstitial banter is probably worse than it will ever be now because we have IRL juice. Speaking of which, may the Lord bless you and keep you always. Diana Gladney.
Hello, brother. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Glad to be here, man.
Why is your frame straight and my frame jacked up? What the hell's going on here? Let me go back. Man, my stuff is all messed up. I need to fix my thing. Anyway, don't nobody care. don't nobody care whatsoever. Let's see. Where do I do this? Boom. Hey. See what happens? You out of stream for a couple of days. Boom. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. I got to tell you, right? So today, gang, look, see, we're about to start everything wrong because, again, we've been hanging out together for the last week. So I'm finna just have a conversation with Ms. D like we finna drink that badass coffee in the hotel.
Oh, my gosh. If you or a loved one ever suffered hotel coffee,
oh my
call
goodness,
XYZ number.
Bruh, this coffee was bad. I mean, real bad. I'm going to do something to you, something bad. Anyway, what I wanted to say before we get started, welcome to This Week in Live. I am Doc Rock. That's Miss Diana Gladney, partner in crime. David is still lost in the forest somewhere. I have put out an APB, have looked for the Sasquatch Seekers. If you find a 5'7" Cajun dude walking around in the forest, please notify the authorities and us.
That's right. Last seen in the Loch Ness area. Who knows?
Yeah. So what I did want to say real quick, of all of the things that went down last week, we are going to do a quick recap of some of the stuff that we got to do at POV, talk about, some of the tech challenges we met and some of the things that we learned along the way as, say, people in this industry, streamers on the road. So we're just going to do this really quickly. We do have a hard stop at the top of the hour, so this won't be long. Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please throw the Q colon and drop them in the chat. I got to say, some of my biggest disappointments of POV was the fact that Keely and Kali had to pull out, because I know that just based off of, us and Gigi and Principal Walker and Tawana Harris and Mr. Camera Junkie and Katie,
Rob.
Anna Jens, Rob, Glenisa, like, fam, I just know you guys would have just melted right into the woodworks and it would have been a party. So I can't wait till we can find a way to put this all back together again. And our little kid, Sammy, is taller than everybody except me and Rob, but he's almost my height. Sammy's like 6 feet tall, bro. You already know that.
Yeah.
That little kid came rolling out. He had this little bounce. He got that I'm Sammy bounce. He's walking. It's kind of a smooth little pimp. And then, that's Sammy. And I was like, that ain't Sammy. It's Sammy.
What tripped me out is he had to come down a little bit to hug me. I was like, it's okay, it's been a height problem all week,
Gotta reach down. So I was just like over the moon to see young Sam up in there doing his thing. He packed a gear bag with all of B&H page 2 in his backpack. So,
did you already go to B&H or what is happening?
Yo, the young one caught a train all the way from Jersey to come and kick it with us. And it was just great. It's one thing, we know we out here teaching folks, right? This is what we try to do. Sometimes you forget how much you're teaching or if you're being effective or whatever. And to see the crew come through. And the shock for me was, right, I think the first person out of our circle that we ran into, we was fitting to go to dinner, and we ran into Tawana. Tawana popped in, and I mean the inner sanctum, not the larger circle at large. And Tawana, I seen her in the hallway, and I was like, oh, snap, what's up, cuz? Because I always call her that because she has Boyd in her family history somewhere. And so that was a shock. And then a little bit later, it was Principal Walker just popped up. And I was like, oh, this is just amazing. But the big shocker to me, because I didn't know if she was going to be able to make it, was just turning the corner one day and seeing Carmen's beautiful face. And she just glow. Yo, Carmen is like a walking light box, people. She just glows when she walk in the room, and
when you got that glow.
She got that soul glow. I can think when you get her from the chair, you got the spot. That's messed up.
Exactly. But no, it's not. Yeah, it was very warming to meet everybody. It didn't feel weird or odd or even let me warm up to these people that I'm meeting.
It felt like we would just always talk to each other on a daily basis.
Yeah,
I'm
just
looking
finally
at you
got a chance to sit down.
See, my whole stream game is messed because I'm over here looking at you like I can really see you, but you just over there in the screen. Oh God, this is going to be a trip. This is going to be a trip. The other thing that I gotta say, and I'm gonna just warn you guys now, before you meet IRL, do some calisthenics. Maybe wear a flak jacket or a bulletproof vest, because Anna is a serial hugger and she will break your ribs. She squeezed so tight, a little fart came out. I was like, oops, sorry.
Little leakage, backdoor leakage. Don't worry about that.
Yo, and so it's just great. Also, Forges is like 6'4". I didn't know that was happening either. I was like, where the hell is... You just see him all smooth with the candles. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Building Blocks. Today
my name is Luther Vandross Jr. And today on the live stream, we're going to be lighting candles.
Not a house when there's two of us. Bruh. So thank you, Forgens, Anna, for an amazing job doing the
Yes.
Ecamm remote. Fam,
Yes.
I mean, you guys, we're going to give them flowers for about a month because they murder right. No, it's not a 40. I didn't just open it. It's just a pop of watermelon bubbly. Relax.
He put some,
this.
infused some Tutankhamun in there.
No, I'm going to recycle this Starbucks cup just out of respect for having to drink crappy coffee all week.
I'm telling you that. What was it that we were looking at yesterday? The little coffee press
the
thing, the
AeroPress, where Joel was giving I posted it in the group.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna be testing it out because we can't live like that anymore. I mean, I don't care what the weight is.
Don't get the portable. Just get the real
one. If it's an extra weight in the suitcase cost or whatever airlines need, it's like, listen, this has to happen. Okay, I'm gonna get mine engraved with my name on it. Like the coffee situation, like you don't know how much, like, and it's not even like so much so like I gotta wake up and have coffee kind of a thing, but it's just like you desire coffee, good coffee, and like you feel bad when you
I gotta have it. I get a headache
like,
if I don't have coffee. No, seriously, I have
I believe you.
I have like such a coffee thing that if I don't have coffee for like within the first 2 hours of waking up, I actually get a bad headache.
Listen, it's a necessity. I mean, I don't know what needs to happen or who we need to bribe at the hotel, but it's like next time, please make sure that you have something, because them K-Cups was not even doing it, like, and I just don't even understand what's happening.
Man, I felt bad because Luis was trying to be nice, and he says, yo, man, I brought some instant, you want me to make some instant coffee? I was like, I'll kick your...
It's just not the same. It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
It's brutal. It was great. So, of course, we could talk about family lovings all day because it was fantastic. But I do want to continue to give Anna and Fulgens their flowers because they did quite amazing. And what they did amazing with is they had a dope portable setup that was effectively put together, able to work on the road. They worked around situations where the hotel didn't have no power at first. So we was fitting to do everything just minus lights, but we were in like an atrium kind of courtyard thing that had dope natural lighting. So they just did fantastic. Fulgens had his notebook, Rodecaster Pro, wireless mic set. We brought Pico Wireless from the Ecamm office. They had ATR 2100s on XLR cables as backup. I bought my Sammy.
Wait, y'all got the little Pico clip-on mic wireless thingies?
Yeah. I had it clipped on, hiding under the beard, like right here.
I didn't know that.
Oh, they're amazing, bro. That's a Jill. Dr. Jill put that on point, and they are dope. They're not cheap, but they're dope.
I saw them when they came out, and the only thing for me is like that I would like to see happen is like a little thing like how Deity just did theirs, where either you can screw a mic on, or like how Rode, you can just plug a 3.5 millimeter
or you can add mic jack in
extra. So yeah, other than that, it's like, yeah, I remember seeing those when they first came out. I just didn't know Ecamm had one, but like I think if you break down the basic simplicity of what the setup was for Anna and Fulgens, we were showing some of this in the group yesterday, and there's plenty of videos out there, even like so if you missed the regular Instagram stories, we can reshare those out, and they'll be good for another 24 hours. But YouTube stories are good for like five days or so. So you can still go to, I know Doc and I both have YouTube stories, and check some of this stuff out because you can see what. And I'll probably pull it from Instagram and re-upload it so it stays there longer, so you guys can check that out on the YouTube stories. But it literally is very, very simple, and this is where the stuff that we've been teaching comes into play, because you have the MacBook Pro and you have XLR cables, because your microphones, and most of y'all, like, you'll buy too low and don't give your vision space to grow with your gear and stuff like that. So your gear runs into the ceiling long before you run out of ideas, and you want like a nice buffer, and so that you can keep going. So those, I know he said they had the ATR 2100, which are those USB and XLR microphones similar to the Samsung Q2U, which means, yes, you can be at home doing your podcast live streaming and maybe use USB, but now you want to have multiple people. You can't keep doing all these USB connections, but you bring the Rodecaster Pro, which is super light. It's just wide, but it's super light. Then you can have XLR. And so maybe you're not giving a talk like we did where you would need a microphone in that case, but you could, but they could hook it up, and it's just like you're good to go. perfect audio, rejects background noise, so we weren't worried about. And I think that's one of the silent gems in their whole setup. You didn't hear background noise, and
No,
we're in
it
a
didn't.
wide open space.
Yes.
No kind of it's just like it should be echo for days, right? You got the lobby, people coming in, people parking, people blah blah blah.
Them badass kids running around for the soccer tournament.
Oh my gosh. Them gosh darn kids was a mess. They looking at you side like, what are you doing here,
What are you
lady?
doing? Yeah.
What are you doing?
You guys don't know about
Look what
streaming.
I can do.
I'm gonna get my little Twitch channel. What's funny was you got everybody in the community knows that Katie is probably one of the nicest people in the world. I seen Katie she had a little exorcist moment for a second because these little kids ran the corner and about knocked her over. But her Canadianness prevailed. There were no kids injured during the filming of this interview.
Quiet as kept. You could have got. Okay.
I'm going to answer this question in the nicest
Yeah.
way, nicest dark way possible. Doesn't matter. Let's just say right now, the current situation, if I remember correctly, is probably like $6.99. I don't know why I don't know this. I should know this, but I don't.
It's $5.99, I believe.
$5.99.
But here's the thing.
If it does go on
Here's the thing,
sale,
though.
it'll be $5.50. So what?
Yeah, that's about what you may find something used for, or $500 or something. But here's the thing, though. That Rodecaster Pro has been one of the greatest investments that I wasn't 100% sure on. It was like a.
No, you can
I'd
say
say about
I
a
was
good
talking
70.
smack. No, just say I was talking
No,
smack.
I definitely was, because I'm like, I don't need it. And that was my biggest thing. It's like, I don't need it. It's extra. I got this, blah, blah, blah. But the efficiency, I think that's one of the biggest things that sold us on the gear that we've been using even more than we already were, is the efficiencies in that other use case option coming to fruition, and it being exceptionally well done. I was looking back at my talk last night, and how you say chicken skin, and it's not even oh man, I'm so awesome and look at me kind of a thing. It wasn't anything like that. I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, my arm has got, like you say, they got the chicken skin. It's like getting the feels or whatever. ZVE 10, it's only 10 to 18 Rode Wireless Go 2s. Whereas before, the primary use case in the office kind of a deal, and just recording videos. But the range and the walking back and forth, it never cut out, not even once. So, it's like the extra use case that we have been talking about for the longest time for all of this stuff. It was great. I wouldn't mind staying on the gear for a minute if we can.
Okay, hold on 1 second real quick. I just want to point something out. Just so you guys know, this is why. If you need what you need, you get what you get. Don't think about the sale price, because let's just face it, all of us are professionals. You should out-earn that sale price in seconds. Now, the lowest price in 2.5 years the Rodecaster Pro has ever been, are you ready for this? $594.81.
Keely said she's still selling hers for $485 USD.
See, there you go. So that you
I'm
literally
about ready
saved,
to buy it just because.
holla, you save $4.19 is the best sale there's ever been, because like Louis Vuitton, like Rolexes, you don't find them on sale because they dope. So anyway, that's the lowest in price history in almost 2 years or almost 3 years. It's been $4 cheaper. So camel. If you're ever curious how you can find if some joint has ever been on sale or not on sale, that is not the right tab. You ding dong.
I like the thing is though, for that little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
I mean, that little bit of a difference.
Is a cup of that crappy coffee.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
Oh gosh, listen, the emotional damage costs more. Okay. It's but the extra couple dollars is get it new or whatever. But it's just one of those things where it's kind of people oh, what's a cheap version of the Rodecaster Pro? It's not. There's plenty of knockoff.
The cheap version is by Keely's.
Yeah, it's it's not. It's not gonna happen. This is one of those things. It's not like cameras. It's like lenses. Lenses don't really drop in prices like that. And if you do find something on sale, it's for a day maybe. But this is not something you're gonna see on sale.
So Keely, here's what I would do, and I understand Michelle's point. She is a what the word is, educator, and unfortunately, our countries don't pay educators properly. So I definitely understand her steez. But some things just is what it is. Keely, here's what I would do if I were you. Go 485 USD. Go 550 if you want to break it up into 3 payments.
I would say if you are trying to get discounts, don't look for that gear to be on sale. Especially look for stores that give educators discounts. I think that's the better route for you.
Oh, most
like B&H has.
B&H has.
Yeah, B&H has like education for like teachers and stuff, in schools and whatnot. So again, think about the industries and stuff that you are in, and not just how you may think of how you classify yourself. And so, I technically could qualify as a teacher. Are you associated with the school or something? If you're teaching there, or if you're, working with a nonprofit that has a school kind of a deal, just start leveraging the stuff that you're involved with. And sometimes that's a better way. Or, have a nonprofit that you are partnered with, like a church or something. They can purchase it with their nonprofit discount or whatever and sell it to you. So those are things like, just think outside the box if you are running into challenges with big ticket stuff. Even your jobs have company discounts that you may not be aware of. You can reach out to, I would say HR, but usually they can point you in the right direction in your intranet and stuff like that for discounts if that's what you're looking for.
Michelle, hold on. One point that you need to know about this: do not buy Rode products from Amazon. Not that they're battering thing, but that warranty, Rode may tell you no.
No, they will tell. Like, here's the thing: the off case that they're going to honor or the whatever, it's kind of getting to a point where it's like a no. They have it plastered, almost like as if it's spam in an ad, what I'm saying, on their website, saying don't buy from Amazon. Those are not our authorized resellers. We do not enable to. It's just not worth playing around with for higher investment price items. B&H Photo Video, Adorama.com. Those are good places to go. Guitar Center, all the stuff that's on their website, but go to their actual website to do it. So that's what I would suggest.
Oh, here you go. It says, if you see a price that looks too good to be true, it probably is. Beware accounting for good. Check our website to make sure it's from an authorized Rode reseller. For quick reference, no FBA resellers fulfillment by Amazon on Amazon is authorized. You can view a current list of our U.S. authorized dealers here, and that is directly from the Rode site. So, yes, don't buy Rode caster-ish. Actually, don't buy any Rode gear from Amazon.
Yeah.
That's why it's like I have, but I ain't sweating the warranty because it could get replaced. But, I mean.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. So, like, I know when we were all buying our gear and stuff like that, it's like when you go make purchases, whoever you love, and it doesn't necessarily have to be us per se, but it's like whoever you love or are watching and getting value out of around the stuff that you're doing. I always encourage, like, I'll find somebody who maybe I haven't watched their videos in a while, but it's like, oh, I don't think I've ever purchased through their affiliate link for something or whatever. B&H is really, for whatever, finicky with their affiliate program. I'm an affiliate with Adorama now, so that for when it comes to those Rode products, we can, make sure that, one, you get it from a legit place, but then two, it still supports the business. But I highly encourage, I don't care if you're into knitting, I don't care if you're into cooking videos, and like, just don't think only of your favorite tech people, but think of like your other creators that you really enjoy and stuff like that when you're making purchases through Amazon, not just for your tech stuff, but literally for anything. Also, on top of that, there's the Amazon Smile program. We're getting into this holiday season. Benevolence is more on people's minds. This is something that you can do all year round, or if you're partnered with your church, let them know. It's the Amazon Smile program, so you can still get credit to whatever Amazon affiliate that you want to support. And I think it's like smile.amazon.com. You pick your favorite nonprofit, and then you can also make sure some local nonprofit or one that you support wherever also gets a kickback for that as well. So really start thinking about that stuff when y'all making these big purchases, and even your regular stuff. It's super helpful for those that are involved.
There you go. Okay, so what we wanted to continue to talk about, of course, is like, the type of equipment and stuff that was used. So what I wanted to pull up was something that a lot of people came and asked at the booth. They were doing interviews, right? So Anna Fulgens was standing there doing these, really incredible interviews. And probably one of the questions that came up a lot was about their lights.
Yes. Are you looking for those?
Yeah, because I know we told what it was yesterday. RALANOLED.
Ronaldo Ray.
I want to call them Ronaldos. That's not what they are.
Ray Leno.
There we go.
They're 30. They're actually on sale, or maybe price went up.
Well, it was on sale yesterday for $30. Actually,
These
might be the newer ones.
Yeah, those are the newer ones. The other ones had the name in a different spot, but essentially the same light. But there is some that were on sale for $30 yesterday. The Ray Leno lights that they had, $30 freaking dollars.
It's Jay's cousin.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno's cousin, Ray Leno.
Ronaldo Ray.
Right here at $30. These are the ones that Fulgens got.
Oh, they got a limited time deal currently. The other ones, the model that's right before those, $38. So it did come up in price a little bit since yesterday, but just about $8.
I got 38. Huh? I got 38.24.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So,
crazy.
Actually, you know what? These must be the smaller ones because looking at this picture right here, because Fulgens did say they were 60, but looking at the picture where they showed it on top of a camera, these might be the smaller. Because 19 centimeters is roughly 7 inches. Yeah.
So theirs weren't that big though.
No, they got the ones at $60. But still, I mean, I don't care. It's $60. It's cheap than the mug.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter which model that you get, because here's the thing: their portability of the whole kit. This is something similar. This is why I love those Viltrox light. Okay, $63.99. Okay,
the only reason why I guess that because I just did the calculation in my head and I'm not even Keely.
So, I'm not even Keely. That's funny.
Well, because they do that centimeter stuff up there. So yeah, these are $63.99. But look, I don't know if you guys ever noticed. There's a little green coupon right here. If you click the little green coupon, then you get an additional 5%. So, I mean, for what they are great. There's no remote. What? No, makes sense. That makes sense. Before what we were doing, we wouldn't have needed a remote because you could just reach it.
Yeah. I think it's something to think about your regular at-home setup and what's optimal for that. But if you have to travel, because you got to set everything up anyway, even with a remote, you got to do placement. It's not that big of a deal at that point when you are setting up. Turn it on. It's already still set at the temperature. You're adjusting the brightness. So it's really not that big of a deal, I don't think, for what they were doing. And if you were going to repeat that, I do get what you're saying. I love my Viltrox lights even more because it has a remote kind of a stuff. But I think in this setup, like what we were experiencing, this is fine, even without a remote.
Yeah, the thing that makes these great is the built-in rechargeable battery. So you didn't have to lug an extra battery.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, the other thing to remember, Carly, in this particular case, these aren't going to do good very far away. I mean, they are in grab range, right? Mm-hmm. If they're far away, they don't have enough output to do anything to your face far away. So you shouldn't need a remote because if it's far enough where you need a remote, it ain't really doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? Mm-hmm. All flat panels of this size probably has about a 6 to 8 feet cone before the fall off hits and you're losing like 2 stops of brightness for every half an inch.
Unless you're height deficient, like me, and once you place it, then you're making it sound like I'm a T-Rex. It's like
I understand coming in for the stream.
So for those of you that didn't see my new podcast that I created on the fly while we were out of town, called Swinging Things, then we talked all about height deficiency. So if you're height deficient, like myself, then I get it. The remote does come in handy because once you get it, it may be higher than you are, or you're not trying to stand on the chair. And let's be honest, that stuff gets embarrassing trying to do that stuff in public because somebody's always like, do you need help? And it's like the answer is yes, but you try to say no sometimes because you like, I got this. So, but yeah, so like I get it. The remote does come in handy if you're shorter and you want to place it up higher or something like that to kind of give you a little bit more throw, to cover a wider spectrum. But, then at that point you want to be able to reach it. I get it. It's fine. These are short people problems.
It's kind of funny. But
I don't think Kali's short though.
Huh?
Oh, I don't think Kali is short. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Kali, how tall are you? Tell Doc stop being disrespectful.
I'm gonna just say
put some respect on her name. Okay.
Under 5'5". I
put some respect. I put money that she's 5'7". Put some respect on her name. Okay. But either way, she can roundhouse you in the back of the neck just like Karen can anyway. So I got my money on Kali all day.
I would say I could run away from her, but she just did a marathon while we was trying to do our speech. She was like 5 miles down the road. I can't even run to my car that fast.
Listen, like I said, I got my money on Kali, okay?
No, but the reason why I say it, because I watched her climb into a 120 bubble when we were building our lantern lights. She climbed all the way into the entire light, and me and Rob was cracking up laughing in class. She said, "I'm a giant on the inside."
That's right.
Yeah, so because if you figure the 120 bubble, not the bubble, the lantern isn't that big.
Yeah.
And when she had to put the cable in the bottom that causes it to make the shape, like she was all the way down to her ankles inside that thing.
Tall in spirit is what you call that,
we were cracking up. I was cracking up laughing. It was literally one of the funniest things ever. I'm trying to find. I downloaded the video yesterday of Diana and Rob just swinging, and it is pretty much. Rob was on my podcast called Swinging Things. It was awesome. Okay. This is going to be a hit podcast. Okay. Check your Apple podcast players. For those of you that don't know, I'm playing. This was just like a on the spot, 15, 30 seconds or less podcast that I made while we were swinging on these two big swings and when we went to go do axe throwing, which is, and so first of all, Doc being disrespectful trying to show off the video because once I got the swing started, I didn't need to put my feet back down again. So I literally had full swing clearance without my feet touching the ground. So it's like you got to get the tip of your toes to kind of like go skirt, a little bit to the ground. I win.
You notice how she said small and deadly.
Yes, right? She's shorter than you.
Put some respect on her name.
Just put it that way. She's actually shorter than you. I don't know why you try to clown me, but Paul and I was in tears.
I'm tall now.
She's taller than Karen, but smaller than you. So there's that.
Hey, when you height efficient, okay? No, just kidding.
All right, so look, this is those Reed Lentils in the building, right? This is the ATR 2020s that we were using as the guests, and then Fulgens and Anna were using the wireless pack. It's a Sennheiser E100 wireless pack that is in this little thing right here. Yeah,
I never saw the brand. I was just curious. No. Yeah, like
that was our Ecamm ones. Hey, FJ, how do we get the other one finally open? We couldn't get that joint open because I think the battery must have died inside, and it got it stuck. But anyway, the thing to remember, all you Rodecaster Pro people who ain't paying attention to your own equipment, remember your Rodecaster Pro is portable, G. Like, you could throw batteries in that joint and take it on the road. Now, Fulgens did bring his adapter because he drove. He wasn't flying. But if he was flying, he could have just ran that joint off the battery pack. So that's kind of... She said, height deficient. Watch your mouth.
Listen. Just y'all wait to the next meeting. I feel like it's going to be some respect happening. I'm derailing this whole conversation. I'm derailing the whole conversation. For those of you that are 5'6" and below, okay, I want y'all to know I was highly, highly disrespected throughout this entire trip, okay, because of my height. And in my world, I figured this is fine. I don't have a problem in my own house because I don't put stuff on the top shelf. I go to the grocery store, and yes, I can stand on the bottom shelf to get what I need off the top, or a nice gentleman helps me by literally reaching to the back to get something simple. But I just want y'all to know, this next year, season 2 of the Swinging Things podcast, when we go back out to Albany next year, I got a feeling it's going to be full of 5'5" and below folks there. It's not, I'm calling it now. Like, look.
You got a friend in me.
No need.
Rob said, I've been getting stuff off the top shelf since I was 8 years old.
Hey, listen, the poor Rob, he just like, Rob, I appreciate you for not making me feel bad. Okay, I just like, once I get my kick going, I was like, just go with me because it's going to be harder for me to stop and get in sync with the swing.
Collie.
So,
Collie,
5 Footer Club, stand up.
This is funny.
Yes.
Miss D was in the middle of doing something. Oh, we was taking a picture. And I was like, Miss D, stand up. And then she was like, what? I'm already standing up.
Look, it's like right when they like, okay, look, you be just like this. Okay, everybody come together. Okay, everybody good. And he's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, 3, 2. And then Doc's like, Miss D, stand up straight. And I'm like,
hey,
it's
Greg,
like you straighten your neck out.
Greg, don't worry. You're still taller than Lim. Because Lim lied and said he was 5'4". I don't know if that was
in spirit.
I was going to say, I don't know if that was in Tagalog or what, because it damn sure he ain't no 5'4".
Listen. I mean, he could be. You know what I'm saying? It could have been
Wait,
5'3"
Keely's only 5'4" too?
Let's go.
Come on now. I thought Keely was like Phil Hockey height. Club. Like 5'11" or something.
We're going to get some ladies and gents. I want y'all to know we're going to get some jerseys custom made by the Nixons. That says 5 Footer Club stand up. Is what we're going to have. We're going to walk in there with the slow motion sides. You're going to hear just walking in all slow. Just know it's happening. Coming to a theater near you.
Bruh. So you guys saw that one behind the scenes look that we were able to pull off. Now, Ms. D and I were talking yesterday about like the mobile kit. Fam, I got to tell you, the mini in a suitcase, I put my mini, some of y'all seen this yesterday, I put my mini in the Big Rich Productions bag, and I wrapped it up, like a little burrito. So I just stuck my mini in here, and I wrap it up nice and tight like a little burrito, and then I stuff it in my carry-on amongst my Euromute sweater that y'all ain't got. Player. And then my mini was protected. So it was perfect, bruh. It was absolutely perfect. I was able to set my mini up in the telly. Important piece of gear was I bought the Ethernet cord. So make sure you get that. I don't have the picture in my thing. I got to pull it out of my messages. But in the hotel, especially in Hilton's and now in IHG's, they use the Cisco Macari boxes. Excuse my hiccups. The Cisco Macari box has 4 Ethernet ports on it. So without any heavy duty work, here I got the image right here. Without any heavy duty work, I was able to just grab my Ethernet cable and pop it in. Now, our hotel, strangely enough, because it's a business hotel, had rather decent Wi-Fi. I mean,
oh yeah, I've not seen anything that good. Yeah, in a hotel.
normally it's whack.
Yeah,
right. So we were lucky in that instance. However, what I was able to do is just pull this sucker in. Man, I don't know why you tripping. So what I'm gonna do is make a little screenshot.
Well, while Doc is pulling that up, I can tell y'all before we left and like we talked, like, what are you bringing? Okay, I got this. You got an Ethernet cable? Yeah, I got this. How long is yours? Okay, should we do this? Like, we kind of dialogued a bit to like go back and forth. Like, okay, if they have this, let's do this option, this best case scenario. If they got that, let's do X, Y, and Z kind of a stuff. So super helpful.
So yeah, at the bottom of this Cisco box, there's 4 ports. And I was very easily able to plug in my cable, and we had connection. Now, the hotel Wi-Fi was basic enough that live from the bathroom in Albany, Mr. Camera Junkie Show was able to pop off while Aiden and I was in the other room. 8. Yep. And then Luis was like, oh, Aiden to be fine. He in his crib. And then all of a sudden, he not in his crib because Aiden is a freaking ninja.
Listen, he ain't here for the play.
Like, I'm out. Thought you was smart. You had me. Yo, Aiden is out the crib. I don't know how he did it. He a bad mom. I'm gonna say that. Like he's a ninja.
Oh, that's something else that was interesting. Like Fulgence put that the whole time that they weren't wired, which is correct. But it's like, think about that though. Again, good Wi-Fi signal is great. We still like, so you can tell them about what's the wireless devices that you brought again as a backup.
Okay, talk about community coming through. Tech in the City. Anybody that's in the Drop Squad, you all know Jim from class. Tech in the City, Jim. He hooked me up with the Nighthawk M1, which is the little AT&T Netgear box. And then I had an Intellisys 5G box. And they were both amazing. Both amazing. And you just plug it in, you just add a little extra. So that was just good as a backup, but we got lucky. The hotel came through, and we had Speedify just in case, in case something happened. So that little insurance thing was just kind of there. But man, I'm telling you, the streams was just incredible. And I don't know how, but Mr. Moderator was still there. Like Paul just be places. I'm like, look in the chat. There's Paul. Hey, gang. Like what? Okay, gang. Shut up, Miss D.
I ain't said a word. I ain't saying a word.
Carly wants to know, yes, I have those same Viltrox. Mine are, it's back there. But yes, it's battery operated and remote-able. Let me see if I can pull it up. You know your numbers off the top of your head?
5, 6, 7. No, I'm just kidding.
5'6". You're not 5'6".
I'm 5'6" in spirit.
So yes, and quite incredible.
This is the Viltrox VL200 kit.
Okay, Viltrox.
Okay, okay, gang.
This guy, she comes back with that.
VL200. The VL200s come with the power adapter, so you can plug those into the wall, or it doesn't have the rechargeable battery internally, but you can get those Sony batteries where, and surprisingly, they're the same cost, or a little bit like about a couple dollars. Then actually, they're $4, $4 coupon. So yeah, about the same price as the ones that Fulgence had. Those do come with the remote, the AC powered as well. But you can also use the F550 or F570 series batteries, NPF 550 batteries, and like those are good for many hours. I actually have, because Doc, you weren't able to get yours, were you?
My what?
The NPF 550 batteries or something like that, or the VTAP.
Oh no, I didn't get those. I was looking for the V-mount battery because I just rather just have one because I could break it up into 3. Shut up, Luis. Why you gotta be piling on?
Why you gotta be piling on?
Hey. Next time you stay your ass in Miss D's room, then jerk.
He's so stupid. These are those batteries, and you can get a kit of these that are like the Wasabi brand batteries or whatever. This is one of those things. It doesn't have to be like Sony brand specific or whatever. These are like they've been around the block for a very long time. So these are I specifically have the NPF 750. So these will run for like a really long time. The Wasabi ones come with a charger, so you can charge these up and just keep them rolling. So these are a good option if you're looking for like something where you can still be battery powered and away from outlets, because it's not only some hotels, like even if you have access to an outlet, you still got a problem because the outlet may be janky, don't quite sit still. So the battery option is a good look.
This is a NPF 970. Mine is an actual Sony, but this battery is 12 years old and it still rocks. So I gotta say, NPF 970 is dope because it works a lot of your portable lighting. It will run this Lilliput A7 monitor. It will run my what you call these big daddy up here, the Nan light. And then so the battery charger that I showed you guys last week, like this just popped right in here. And it's ready to go, so it can charge. And then I brought my battery charger to the party, and it was basically set up to just charge my 50s. But yeah, these are dope. And yes, Miss D and what she's talking about, you can just get any old brand because inside there, they're basic. You know the people that vape? There's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 vape batteries in the giant one. And the one that Miss D has, there's 2 vape batteries in there. So that's all it is. It's just a blend of those cells, if you will.
Dope.
Quite incredible pieces of equipment there.
What is one thing that you would bring next year?
Okay, I'm glad you said this because let me pull it up. ANDYCINE. Touch 15-inch. Man, that boy can't type.
You could yesterday. It's like it comes and goes in waves. And today I can type.
So I brought my mini, right, and I loved it, but Andy Cine has these portable monitors, and they're just dope just because of how they work. You know what I mean? You know what? Let me just go straight to the Andy Cine page. Amazon getting on my damn nerve. Let's see. HDMI. Here we go. It's called the WinMaxit. Here we go. WinMaxit monitor. This is it. Quite incredible. This little dude right here because it's only like $229, but it's a 15-inch touchscreen, and you just plug this guy straight into your tablet, your phone, or in my case, gonna be my computer, and it's small and portable, flat, don't weigh nothing, and would just make traveling a little bit easier for the mini because I have a 24-inch HP monitor that takes up one whole half of the carry-on. This will just make it better. You don't have to sweat that no more. And, you know, it's just gangsters. That's the only thing I would change, really, and get a different lavalier for my Rode Wireless Go because Miss D was talking spicy.
But for what reason?
Because my deity cord is the size of 6 collies.
No, don't say it like a little kid. Like recite.
It's 16 feet. It's 16 feet cord, almost 17 feet cord, and I had the little 1,000 feet of cord balled up in my pocket with my little deity strapped on over here with my Rode Wireless Go.
They'll make it sound like I was the doc said. You complained about the length of that cable and having to have all of that crap on you for just a lapel. And I was like, just use the smart lav. And he's like, well, and I'm like, just use the smart lav that I have. And sure enough, did you listen back to your audio?
My audio is delicious.
Exactly.
But it's not the point. The point is... It's not the point. The point is Ms. D was talking spicy. And like,
I'm just
saying, not gonna have you saying the foul language in my show.
Big old thing like, oh, I can just use this. I'm Doc Rock. I got a water cable. And it's like, here's the Rode Smart Lav. Merry Christmas. And may the Lord bless you and keep you always.
Listen. I can stream a little early. I can stream a little late. I'm going to work through my breaks. I'm going to take my lunch. But come the end of the week, if that cord too long, you can't.
Just don't know what to tell you. Just don't know what to tell you. Just don't know what to tell you.
Sorry, everyone who missed it. Your fault. Let's see. Diana knows everything, so we should pretty much listen. You know what, El Marie? I'm going to need you to just go somewhere with that.
And may the Lord bless you and keep you always.
Camera Junkie say, that's right, Ms. D. Why you bringing up
Why you bringing up O's? So, fun fact. Fun fact. It's like Doc was clowning me. He just got like on a roll or whatever. And granted, we go back and forth, so it goes both ways. At this particular time, I was taking the L. And so, like, he said something. It was just like, I say something, pow, right back. I say something, pow, right back.
Y'all people don't be knowing I'm quick like that. Right. I got skills.
Yeah. And then it's like, so I got to the point. Look, I'm sitting at the table, and I'm just like, man, whatever. And turn to the side. And Camera Junkie start cracking up laughing. It's like, because that is the signature sign of I resign. It's over. I have nothing left. It's like, Man, whatever.
or they be like, stupid. Or like Mr. Camera Junkie, why you bringing up old stuff? Like those are the resignations. Okay, so what y'all need to know is that the number one, capping, as we call it depends on what borough you're from, right? There's capping, there's the dozens, right?
Jonan.
Yeah, Jonas. And we say Jonan in DC. So the funny thing is that's where the hip hop saying no cap comes from. Because in cap you was telling lies about somebody as a way of like cracking jokes, right? But you know, if you're not going to do it, boom, that's just is what it is. So home field advantage. Like I'm from New York. I'm in New York. My New Yorker comes in. Like I find myself talking to Anna, and then my infliction got a little India all of a sudden. I'm like, anybody want some coffee?
2 hours, not 2. It wasn't even 2 hours. A couple hours in, you like, oh yeah, it's just like you've now been fully charged back to New York swag. It was like, yo, just something like, what? What did you say?
I'd be like, hey, listen, hey, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get one of these pizzas, you know. And I'm like, hey. A couple of slices, we come back, we get what we got to get done.
Going to Blaze Pizza, you know what I'm saying? It's like going to New York, you get us something like yeah.
Hey, don't let me talk to Eddie Mata. I'm like, yeah, Eddie freaking Mata, look, we're over here at B&H. You got to get yourself like a longer lens, right?
You got it.
You over here. Oh, bruh. All right, before we land this plane, let me say something. I have got to give all the props in the world to Pumpkin Smasher Extraordinaire, Alec, because the little, where my tech bag? The little Alex chip, saved the Bomaclat day. I have stop magneticing stuff. I happen to have this little chip in my bag because of Alec. And then when I had brought my mini was having some inability to connect to the monitor properly. So all I had to do was slap this dude in, which allowed me to log into my mini remotely from Ms. D's computer so that I can get this driver thing put on. And then it was like, Hercules. So luckily I listened to Alex, bald, ugly ass, and I had one of these in my bag because it didn't take up no space. Matter of fact, it looked like a gold teeth if you're a little wheezy. And so this is a headless display adapter. If you need to know more, go to Alex's channel, look through one of his 600 videos he posted this week, and you will find the proper tutorial as to why you need to have this. So thank you, Pumpkin Smasher Extraordinaire. And yes, I brought my Gerald cable, and I used it because I love my Gerald cable.
He's crazy. What is happening to everybody? I'm Doc Rock, and I say, okay, gang.
Okay, gang. You're stupid. You're stupid in the fuck. All right, let's wrap this dang it, because I got to train these folks on how to use this program. And Alec done woke his butt up to come to training for whatever we training for. None of your business. Shut up and mind your business. And may the Lord bless you and keep you always.
May the Lord bless you and keep you always. So where all of these sayings are is everybody's basically like stuff that I said in my talk. It's like if they keep saying like, may the Lord bless you and keep you always, mind your business. Or I can come in a little early. Yeah, those are like stuff that I had said for my talk, whatever, which is a good sign. I keep getting like a lot more messages and stuff like, man, it's like your talk really like, even though like Vince over, people have gone home and stuff now, people are like, yeah, your talk really, so that lets me know I did my job, which I'm grateful for. So thank you.
It's funny it's called the headless display adapter.
The headless horseman.
Because Alec has a large head. Anyway, wait, Alex, stop talking. I just pressed the thing and he started channel trailering, and then anyway. So Ms. D, takeaway for every people. Like, oh, here comes freaking 7-footer over here. What it do, beef?
Yeah, sopped it. So good to see you, bro. So good to see you come back on the podcast, like swinging things, like sop, bro.
You're so silly. You're so silly. Oh my god. Anyway, takeaway. What's your biggest takeaway?
So I gave that yesterday already. So I would say
that was in an Ecamm group. There's a whole different.
No, I would say, like I was saying, I gave that yesterday, and I was talking about how, like it would be from Dale's talk, because he was basically saying that when you write a book, basically almost like you finalize your legacy in a sense, like you solidify it. You ensure that there is something left after you, and that really resonated with me. And that's a portion that I didn't share yesterday. It's like, yeah, I had been working on writing a book and I got about 2 or 3 chapters per each 2 different book ideas and just kind of like stopped because, again, those things that usually I can navigate very well came up like, who's going to want to read that? No big deal. It's like, it's not that, it's nothing to worry about. Do it later kind of a stuff. You put it on the back burner until the back burner just gets stale and stuck and it's worth throwing away, if you will. So he helped to revitalize that and give meaning to the why I was writing it and like the who I'm writing it for and stuff like that. And the thing that I didn't share yesterday was that saying that he gave about like when you write a book and you publish it, like you really do finalize like the legacy. So that has been something that's even more meaningful to me than it was already. And now it's like I'm ready to do this thing. So I'm very, very grateful for that talk. And it's like that was a huge takeaway for me.
Again, I'm going to keep saying that. I think Robin, Cameron Junkie, and I, we're on the mission. Oh, by the way, gang, because of Judy, dang Fox and Socks and Fox, she was like, y'all slipping in your LinkedIn game. And I was like, LinkedIn sucks. And she was like, oh, okay, smart ass. Let me teach you a few things. And I'm like, whatever. And she's like, I'm going to change your mind. And I'm like, my mind ain't changing. I'm cute. And she was like, haha, hold my beer. And then she got me. She got me big time. Yo, so already I have followed Fox and Socks and Rocks, and I have already started fleshing out my LinkedIn profile. I'm over here fixing it.
Tough with your Afro puff. Yay.
Hey, rock on with your bad. So Judy Fox's talk about everything LinkedIn was quite incredible. I'm going to have to do a lot more playing around and practicing before I can get in real quick and dive in and tell you guys like what it is that has to be done. I got to watch the session a couple more times. But we'll talk about it in Drop Squad, or we'll talk about it here somewhere because I think it's important. I definitely was having the wrong approach, mentality, whatever about LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And she was like, hush your mouth. And I was like, hey, okay.
Doc, I'm finna send you something real quick.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do something stupid.
I knew you were going to say that.
Look, we're waiting with Camera Junkie. Where's your Rodecaster Pro plug-in to go with that from this week? We need the noise from Prince Aiden.
Oh, Fulgens Henri. See, Fulgens, I had the same idea, but then I figured I shouldn't have put the picture twice, so I took the picture back off. But even Fulgens Henri done stepped this joint up.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird to have the picture twice, so I took it back off. I had originally made it, and I like my OG one that I made, but then I was like, let me take it back off. So I don't know, man. We'll see how it works. But yes, it is out here updating these joints in these streets because we steady mobbing. You know what I mean? We out here thinking that I got this, whatever. And she was like, nah, player. This is the one I had originally made for me. And then I was like, no, I can't have my head over there. And plus, you got to remember, don't put nothing over here because the circle lands here. So I had to rearrange it. But anyway, I'm gonna keep messing around. I'm gonna get it figured out. But yes, gang, this is
all you gotta do is put I'm Doc Rock and just say okay, gang. There you go. Stupid. That's all you need.
Gang, sorry we had to wrap this joint mad tight today. I got to go do some training. You'll figure it out later. Anyway, man, it was a great session. If you guys have any questions about stuff that we learned, or you see, one of the talks and you don't got the replays, but you kind of want to know, like, what's the cliff notes or whatever, just reach out. Like, we'll do our best, within reason. We can't, jack nobody's content or nothing like that. Mr. Cameron Junkie was there. Glenisa was there. Tawana Harris was there. Principal Walker was there. Pastor Carmen was there. Katie was there. Aiden ruled the roast. Ran the show. Shelly was there. So if you run into any of them, folks, Rob, and you just want to be curious, maybe you can. Oh, we is matching. But she got that warm hug joint on. I just got my shirt on because I'm in Hawaii now, and warm hug joint means sweat all the body off. But hey, I didn't even realize we was matching, Miss D. You know how we do.
Yeah, you know.
Sylvia be noticing her merch. See her merch be out here, and she be like, Everybody in the conference was like, "How I get one of them?" Mind your business, and may the Lord
mind your business.
Anyway, gang, see you guys next week. Yes, there'll be a lot more stuff going on, but just keep in contact. Let us know what you need, and by all means, reach out if you have a question or something like that. But I'll see you when I see you.
Peace.
I gotta move this thing out the way. See, I got everything all kinds of disorganized up in here. I don't know what the heck. You know what I'm saying?
Don't miss next year. Happening in Albany.
I got what you want.